Tonight is Halloween Field right here in Springfield. The Irish hosting the Knights of Greenon on the Allstate Hometown High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by none other than Jim Twins. Well, Greenon out there in the field, they smell blood right now as they're going to set the ball up just inside the 15. And it will be first down and 10 as we get underway. Long first quarter as we get ready to start our second quarter tonight. And if you have not heard, we're on YouTube too. Keep that in mind, all right? Cade Rice looking over that defense set up by Catholic Central. Looking, he's got his man open, running down and out of his hands. Reaching for it just a little bit long. Bashmore couldn't bring it in.
And our cameraman down there, Bruce, holding his breath. Bruce Hempel going, don't go this way because it's coming right at me. He has a good shot. Here's his shot for you. And it just too much air.
Wow. All right, second down and 10. Ball just, well, now it's nose on the 15-yard line. It's set up a little differently before. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Showing blitz is Catholic Central. Now rolling. Cade Rice got a man coming over the middle, also a man in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown coming down with that ball was Nick Traylor. So Traylor gets another score, and Greenon gets another score. Is this guy got a good arm or what? 36-0, looking for 37. And I've lost count. What is this, 25 in a row? Extra points. And that will be for Nathan Hawk. As we said in the pregame, he's 6 for 6 in field goals. His longest is 43, and he was kicking them down here in practice from 45 yards out. And he had a coach watching over his shoulder, giving him a lot of, I don't know if that made it. Oh, it did make it, all right.
That's going to be a running clock there, folks, 37.
37-0, and to explain that to you, once a team gets ahead by 35 points, then it is a clock that does not stop. It just keeps going.
And it will stop with a score.
Well, I know that.
37-0, homecoming, but the fans here still having a good time. And across the way, Greenon's got to be pretty pleased with the way they're playing. And if you get a chance to watch Cade throw the ball, watch his mechanics, because it's really nice. Passing motion, takes his time, and it's really pretty accurate. Watch his motion, watch him come back. Here it is, follows through, just lays it out there. It's right where it should be. Real good quarterback, Cade Rice, sophomore, folks. He's going to be around for a couple more years. He's 195 pounds and 6'3".
It reminded me of Braxton Miller, his coaching him, and boy, whatever he's got, you may be seeing him.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You know? I think Cade might have bigger ankles than Braxton did. I remember watching Braxton.
They were really small.
Yeah, I remember watching him or talking to him on the sideline. It was almost like my wrist. And he ended up, injuring those that ankle.
He put on a little bit of weight.
And another guy was the one we saw out of Alter, who was the quarterback there. He went to Notre Dame, and he was out after the first season, after 3 games, with an ankle injury.
Nice high end-over-end kick. Caught at about the 15-yard line. Coming to the near sideline, now trying to cut it up toward the middle of the field, and not really going far was Ashton Young. Did a nice job getting it across the 25 to the 20, looks like 27-yard line. And that's where Catholic Central will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go. Yeah, I thought there was going to be a running clock, but apparently not so. It's 37-0 right now in favor of Greenon. Now Borden goes up. He looks a little gimpy there with that. He was limping a little bit in his throwing shoulder. He was favoring too as well when he made the one tackle on defense. Calls the signals, and there's the good snap from center. Fakes the pass, and heading downfield is Ichi, and he goes up. Oh, got his hand on it. Almost brought it down, but nice defense by Dalen Peterson.
Yeah, shoot across there. Watch here. Watch him shoot across. Number 17, Peterson in your screen there. Real good coverage. And he knocks it away at the last second.
But doing a nice job just to get a hand on the football was Ichi. 11:32 remaining here in this first half of action.
And that clock is stopped at 11:32.
Now, what we have mentioned, it gets up 35 points ahead. It normally runs. That happened. There was a team in Rhode Island or in Maine that had run the score up, and they said no more of this. And pretty much nationwide, they made that ruling up.
Yeah, and both
low snap. Yeah, Borden had nowhere to go with it, and boy's got even less to go with it. And still trying to, well, he was never down, but the official said, I've seen enough of this, blew the whistle. I don't understand that.
Yeah, the forward progress was stopped. It's second half, Lee, is when that clock will run continuously in the second half, and not the first half.
From what I understand, they ran it last week after the first quarter.
That's what we were told. Yeah.
So, heading back into the huddle is John Kennedy, the junior from Catholic Central. It's going to bring up third down and 23. You know, it may have been forward progress, Gary, but he was still. The play was still alive, and he was trying to get away. That I did not understand. Three receivers to the top of your screen. Racing down to the bottom of your screen is Kavanaugh.
Timeout by Catholic Central.
Catholic Central said, let's get this set up right with 10:31 remaining in this first half of action. And as you see, our online survey, and that's been a lot of fun. We just asked that you go to the website and pick who you think's going to win. 45% said Catholic Central, 55% said Greenon, and so far Greenon has been the team that I heard they are, and they're pretty good. And we haven't seen, well, I guess we have a couple of times, Cade Rice run, because he, in the league, is like third or fourth in rushing. .10:31 remaining here in this first half. Did you get some information there?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the second half.
So it is the second
half.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just like what you brought up. I'm curious of why that.
Why they did
unless the score might have been a lot higher than it is now.
It was 40.
Yeah, so in the first half, but first half we're 10 minutes away and it's homecoming, so they want everybody to enjoy it.
Well, and I enjoyed seeing all the cars and all the people coming in here in the parade.
Both of these stands, it's really nice to see the Catholic Central stands full.
Oh, nice.
Right behind him.
If Ichi would have had that in front of him, he still may be running. Throwing just a bit behind him. Don't you think, Aaron?
Yeah, and Ichi's toughing it out. He's not feeling up to speed here tonight. And, he's trying to do the best for his team because he is a team player. We've watched him play basketball.
Oh, God, was he good there. So 10:27 remaining here in this first half. And coming out is Cameron Cox along with Nick Traylor. And they'll stand back at the 45. Nice kick. High wobbly kick. Fair catch being called for and taken at about the 45-yard line by number 11, Nick Traylor. And it's going to be first down, 10 yards to go for Greenon. And don't forget, coming up here at halftime, something that is just kind of a thing we do every week. People kind of like it because they have a chance to win a bunch of money for the athletic department. Elena Hamden and Laura Williams are going to be throwing the ball for dough. As we have mentioned, $50 just to participate, and that goes to the athletic department. If you throw it through the banner, $500.
Yeah, Security National Bank's been just fabulous with that. We've had one winner so far this year.
No, two, I think.
Two.
Last week was like the first one got up there and threw it right through.
That's right, it is two. $2,000 they put out there to the schools.
Well, I coached her how to throw it through. Gabe Rice calling the signals. Two running backs, one on each side. Hand it off, sweeping to the right, got some running room. It gets it to the 40, and then it's going to be dumped.
Kyle Parsons.
Right there, yeah.
And we got a... Let's see, now watch him roll out and watch the pursuit. Not too bad. He gets outside. He's trying to break that corner. And right here, tackles are made by Catholic Central, and Catholic Central is player gets up and comes to the sideline, kind of holding himself, but toughing it out.
So Parsons and Cox, the running backs, they'll stand on either side of the quarterback, Cade Rice, who's had so far a pretty good evening with 9.5 minutes remaining in this first half of action. Fakes the handoff, goes over the middle. That had touchdown written all over it, and just could not pull it in was Bass Moore.
Yeah, and if you look at the body language of the quarterback for Cade, he doesn't even point to his receiver. Just looked and said, that's another play. I'll hit him again.
Yeah.
Some quarterbacks get so upset that somebody's going to drop the ball, but this Cade kid, I'm really impressed with his presence out there.
He said it's part of the game. Drop some, get some.
And if you drop it, you know you dropped it. Nobody has to tell you that.
Boy, that is so true. That is so true. There's the snap. Parsons with
First
the
down.
football, and he was pulled backwards as he crossed the 35-yard line, but as Gary had mentioned, that plenty for the first down as it goes inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, watch number 60, Paul Kuss, come shooting through here. There he is, the big guy. He's going right after him, and he grabbed him, and he took him down like he's throwing down mulch. Good play by Paul Kuss.
Bills of hay. Cade Rice looking over that defense.
Oh, there he is again.
And
no, he's
not going anywhere. Cameron Cox had
Colby Zeller.
Look at that defense. Stood up to the occasion, made the tackle, and it's going to be minus yards for Greenan.
Colby Zeller in on that tackle.
Takes it all the way back to the 39-yard line. That's going to be about an 8-yard loss there. So it's going to bring up a second down with about 18 to go for the first down. 8:32, clock rolls. Now heading over to the far side of the field, top of your screen, Clay Huff. He just takes his time. I mean, nothing seems to bother him. We're talking about Cade Rice. Looks to the right, now starts to move. Has got his man Parson. Parson tries to run over Ashton Young, but as Gary, you hear in the background, that was a great tackle.
Yeah, he just goes down there where he's supposed to. Watch this replay. A lot of time here, folks. Now watch him survey the field. There he dumps it off. Now watch Ashton come up, go boom, low, and there you go. And that's textbook tackle, and that only comes from the head coach, Mike McKenna, because he's seen that year in and year out. He's been here at Catholic Central forever. Winning teams, losing teams, it doesn't matter. He's teaching the right techniques.
Here. 3rd and 5.
Blitz on.
Yeah, trying, or at least showing blitz anyway. Cade Rice backs up. Doesn't see anybody. Defense is looking good in the secondary. Rice is running. He's coming up to the first down. Got it. Broke away from that tackle. Now heads over to this far side of the field.
Block in the back.
There goes another flag as Rice gets down to the 5, walks into the end zone, but I got a feeling.
It's blocking the back.
Yep. He runs a little bit like Braxton Miller.
When you're cutting across the grain that much, you're bound to have some block in the back. Unless you tell your players, if I'm coming your way, just throw your hands up in the air and don't touch anybody.
Well, what happens on that too, Gary, is that as he's heading across the field, he turns your back. And turns you back to, there it is, blocking the back.
It's declined.
Oh, 2
personal foul against them is accepted.
So they're going to march that one back. But that happens how many times? As you go to the
now watch the replay here.
Yeah, watch.
He comes around the right side. He's going to cut back, makes his cut right here, and keep your eye on the center of the screen because that's where you're going to see the block in the back. Not there, right here on the left.
Right there.
And let's see what there's another one right there. And let's see what the personal foul is. I'm not so. Oh, right there he is. That little swing was just like almost.
But the flag did come down before that, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we don't know what happened on that side. But anyway, look at where the ball's placed. It's at the 45-yard line.
And the one official is now running over. Oh, there's a flag already.
And we might have another one. Let's look at the Larry Schneider, our referee.
Personal foul.
There must have been something said on that sideline. There it is.
Yeah.
It's going to move him back even farther.
There we go, 5.
And you look over there, Josh Wooten's not happy with that, unless it was somebody on that sideline saying some bad words. here at Catholic Central, nonetheless.
Ancestry, yeah. Third, and the scoreboard says 3rd and 5. They just gave up trying to figure out how far this is. They got to get it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
That's a 65-yard change in possession.
And 60. The ball is set up at the 40. Figure it out real quick.
They went in the end. They went in the end zone, so it was 60-yard difference.
Cade Rice calling signals. Looking right over the middle. Got us. Oh, a little bit too high.
Got to catch that.
There was some good running room there for Cameron Cox.
You got to catch that one.
Yeah, he should have. It was off his fingertip.
He's had 2 drops tonight. He's had one by Nick Traylor coming over the middle there, and then Cameron Cox. But Cameron Cox has been in the end zone, and so has Nick Traylor. So should be giving them too much of a hard time. But when the ball's in that area there, this time of year, week 7, everything counts. And the W's.
But you got to look at Rice. He's not throwing it to where you can't catch it because it's too hard.
It's there.
Just puts it there.
It's just there. And he's not putting it with a lot of zip where it's being missed. It's just concentration.
I'm still a little bit miffed at Mother Nature. It's still in the 70s. It's October. Oh, nice defense again. There's the pass. Caught right at the 50-yard line. Runs into his own man and then goes down. He's trying to cut back with Clay Huff, but he just could not get it far short of the first down.
And this is just a championship play. Watch Ashton Young come up. The ball's going to be caught, yes, over here. But watch the quick closing on number 3, Ashton Taylor, right there. He's going after a block, dodges the block, makes the tackle.
Oh, he played his way through that block, too.
And he's probably 135 pounds soaking wet, but he's a tough hombre.
What are you? Back in the what? He's a tough hombre.
Tough hombre from way back there.
First down, 10 yards to go.
Oh, it's better than a tough cookie. I'll go with the hombre anytime. And we got a timeout on Catholic Central.
Catholic Central called timeout. So 6.
5:55.
Is that a 5? 5:55. We want WRCX, and we want it now. See the numbers? Call them. No, really, call them. And say, you promised us local. Why don't you give us local? It's that simple. All right? Do it. We can do it right now, as a matter of fact. Do it anytime. But give them a buzz. Just say, hey, we'd like to see more local stuff right there on the station, and we want WRCX TV on it. The ball is going to be set at the 42-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. As heading out onto the field is Borden. I really would like to see them come up with about 2 or 3 good plays on this drive. And you know what that does to you? Yeah, you're down by a bunch, but it puts that zing right back into it.
Well, and it's tough. Both of us, we've been on teams that have lost before, and, it's no fun going out there. And there's a thing with teaching with kids. It's called learned helplessness. Yes. After you have failure for so long, you just expect it. And this team, Irish Catholic Central, doesn't expect that. They expect to go and play well. Sure, it's tough, but fight through it, and you'll have good things down for the years to come here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to have those seasons. Nice cut there.
There you go.
Touchdown, and it went from 58 yards for the score.
What a great thing. And we were just talking about what this team can do.
There's the play.
Yeah. There's what we're talking about there, folks. Never give up. Watch the we get this Jaden Borden, and he's tackled. He's dead to rights, but you can see it on his face. He wanted that touchdown, and he wanted it, and he fought for it, and he deserved it. And that was what did we say? It was a 55-yarder?
58-yarder.
58-yarder.
Yeah. And Jason Borden, because I was a little bit upset that they called him down on the last one where they said his forward progress. I don't think so. He was still trying to get away. That could have happened on this one because he was dead to rights, as Gary said, a couple of times and played right through it.
And he got hit several times in Obviously, they're going for the 2-point conversion. They've lost their kicker to injury, so they're not shut out on homecoming. It's 37-6. There's more football to be played.
Rolling, looking into the corner, and just missed that one. He did throw it right where nobody else was going to get it but his receiver, and it was just a little bit too low. So it was 6:41 or 5:41 remaining here in this first half of action.
Now watch what happens. He comes around here for that pass play. This is what got us there.
Yes.
And that led him down the field. And then when Borden came out down the sideline, look at him, he turned on the Jets, and Greenan's whole team was after him. And he says, I'm going to score, and this is going to be great. We're not going to be shut out. And there's still life, folks. And watch his teammates coming down there. And that's what teamwork is. Look at everybody, not just a couple people. The whole team comes down, says, hey, good job, man. I know you were down, but you did exactly what you're supposed to do, and you're the senior. You're the leader.
Try to tell these guys that they're out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody was loafing going down there to give him a high five.
Nope. Nor were they loafing to get those blocks in either, because they had it pretty well sealed off. Once he got into that secondary, nobody was going to catch him. He just kind of like took flight.
And you know what? We were talking about that confidence factor. That should boost the morale, and also for Borden, because when you're playing both ways, look at Greenan. There's some people on that bench that are just over there that are playing offense. That's not an option for Catholic Central. They're playing both ways. 5:41 left to go in the first half here in Springfield, Ohio, with Greenan Knights on top, 37-6.
Cameron Cox is back deep. He'll stand at about the 20. As it will be kicking off the football, number 52, Deontay Fultz. So Fultz will be kicking it off. Not playing him real. I think
you want to unload it here.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. Nicely done. Nobody's there. Rolling toward
what a great kick.
It was touched at the 5. Cox finally picks it up.
Uh-oh.
Here he comes.
He opened
now
up some field.
This may make it to the point that nobody's going to catch it. Look at him go. 95 yards for the score. How many times do you see that to where the ball is rolling around? Nobody can pick it up. That throws the timing of the team coming down off, and off he goes.
Cameron Cox.
95 yards for the score. He finally picked it up at the 5-yard line. A lot of heads hanging down over there for Catholic Central. Come on, guys. Don't do that. You're going to get back. You're going to do well. Is coming in trying to hit, I think, his 26th in a row. I've lost count. Nathan Hawks. In the hole, Nick Traylor. As they went, good snap. Here's the kick. Goes out onto the street. Or caught up in the trees, I'm not sure which. But 44-6, 5:25 remaining here in this first half of action. Well, the one nice thing that it did for Catholic Central is it showed that, hey, we can score. So, come on. Look at that run. Once he got by the initial, folks, there was just a natural hole the sidelines. And Cameron Cox takes it in from 95 yards away. And he looks like a guy that just ran
16 seconds later. That's all it took for the second score.
You actually figured that out yourself.
I had an abacus.
A mathematician.
I had an abacus. 5:25 in the first half, and Catholic Central, look at, they're playing both ways. They just got done chasing their teammate down the field. Now they had to come back and play defense. So getting some liquids.
See, that's why I'm saying Mother Nature is just playing a joke on all of us. What, 70s and 80s in October? Please. Supposed to be in the 50s.
Good shot of the Greenan bench over there, and trying to see that they don't let this slip away, and talking about maybe getting some other players involved in this game with the score. What we have here, 44-6. Good coaching there by Josh Wooten over there.
Josh Wooten, Blevins over there too, and he ought to feel pretty good about the offensive coordinator, about his quarterback, who's certainly listened to him because he's playing a whale of a game.
Homecoming court here at Catholic Central. That's a nice shot there with the pumpkins and homecoming king and queen. They're going to have the selection with that at halftime, and Lee will have his throw for dough.
There we go, line drive kick. And this one will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and it will be coming out of the 20-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Catholic Central Irish here at Halloween Field. Homecoming tonight. And don't forget, you can join us online. Yeah, you can order your game DVDs. You can shop for local vendors. Nominate your athlete of the week, and that's what we'd love for you to do, because there's a lot of great kids out there who are student athletes, okay? Meet our sponsors, contact us, and again, that's www.localtvforme.com.
Yeah, and guess what? You click on there, and what do you have? YouTube.
YouTube
Get the game. Get the game. Click on there, and you can watch the game. People are always asking, why can't you get the game? Where can we get the game? Well, that's where you go. Go to that website and click on YouTube.
I go to YouTube, and my wife's sitting there, and she goes, who is that guy? He's great, isn't he? I think that was you and Gary. All right, Borden would like to snap off another one. He's going to roll to the other side of the field.
He's got room.
He's got some running room. He's going to need some oxygen. Breaks away from two tacklers.
Nice
and
run.
Gets it out close to midfield.
Nice run, son. Going down that sideline and put that stiff arm in there. He's going, we might be down, but watch as he rolls out the outside. Now watch he'll change the ball to the outside hand like you should, and then boom. See you, buddy. And then he pushes him down again. 2 straight arms, and he got that extra 6 yards. Real gutsy run by Jaden Borden.
And they're going to say he went out of bounds at the 47-yard line where it was down.
Might have been that first stiff arm right there as where they saw him step out.
So it's he comes to the sideline. And Jaden, take your time. Get some air in those lungs. Clock now starts to roll.
Remember, the second half, we will have that running clock. So for now, Catholic Central just wants to get back up on that scoreboard again. It can happen. It only took 16 seconds last time. There he goes.
Picks it up, got some running room again. Nice fake right at midfield. And we'll go across midfield into Greenon territory at about the 49-yard line.
Picked up 5. Gets up a little slowly, but
wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's been hit and hit and hit.
No,
Coming to the sideline for a call here is going to be Ashton Young, and he's going to be scooting back in with a play from Coach McKenna.
If that would have been you and I running, they'd just be figuring out burial.
Now watch coming into the huddle here is going to be Ashton Young. See if they give him something.
All right, he goes up to Borden, calls it out. Ball just across midfield at the 49-yard line. So that's going to bring up second down and 6, pick up a 4. Top of your screen, wide receiver. There goes Ashton Young in the slot to the top of your screen. And coming to the near sideline toward the...
Boy, was he hit.
Yeah. Borden was just hit hard at the 48. It'll be a pickup of about a yard, and they're trying to help him up.
The guy that came across there and hit him was 78, Hunter Burt. 200-pounder, 6-footer.
I thought he got up and called timeout, but I guess he didn't.
And that clock's still running, 4:34.
Well, I tell you, these kids have got a lot of guts. They're still out there playing. But I would like to see him get the pass to Ashton.
I want to see
some space.
I want to see Ashton Young, and I'll tell you what, watching this performance, look at that! And that just might have been a bad route because that was open.
That was open. That was intended for each.
And he could just tell he's not feeling well tonight. But what's kind of neat, ladies, watching this happen tonight is that, I'm glad that we're here for these kids here. Not a lot of people give them the credit they're due, and they go, well, let's not do that. So I'm glad that we're here covering this game for them.
But these guys are out here. As timeout going to be called by Catholic Central. And I think you need a timeout out there just to give Borden a couple of more deep breaths.
And everybody else, because they're playing 2 ways.
Wow, sometimes 3 ways, special teams. I mean, it's an effort, and if you have never had to do that, that's tough. I play both ways at linebacker and at running back. And at the end of the night, I was ready for a shower.
Well, one thing you got to also remember, it's not like soccer where you're running continuously.
Well, that's true.
It's 10-second burst, maybe 10-secsecond burst, little rest, and 10. Unless you're watching some of the GWAC teams where it takes forever to get a play called in, then you got then it doesn't matter. You can play both ways and special teams and still get the rest.
We started that play on Friday, and here it is Sunday.
Yeah. Did somebody find out what kind of play we're going to run? But Catholic Central, that's one thing you see with Catholic Central. Those plays are called in right and left. So.
Right and left. And, of course, poor Borden's standing out there going, please slow up. Going out to the top of your screen, going to be split out, is Patrick Kavanaugh. And the bottom of your screen, who do we have here in front of us? Looks like number 11, that being Cameron Rowe. 4th down, 5 yards to go for the first down. Ball snap back. Borden looking, got some running room. Is he going to be able to pick it up? Boy, they caught him right. Now, the one official running in says they made it. I mean, just from where he is.
I think he got it.
You know what? I think you're right, Gary. It's inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. That should be a first down. They're going to call timeout.
Yeah, they're going to measure.
Official timeout to measure this one. That's a lot of guts. I mean, he put his head down and just.
Well, he was hit by about 3 or 4 defenders for Greenon and kept going and got some push from his own players. And, some teams, if you're down by this score, you're just going to let that clock run and just go to the locker room. Not Catholic Central. They're playing right through this.
Well, they are.
And their fans should be proud of them, too, because it's homecoming, and, that's important. We saw Shawnee. They lost their homecoming. And that was hard. Anytime you lose a homecoming, it's not pleasant.
Look at this.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And the game is a matter of inches.
It just sure is. And we saw that happen in a state semifinal championship with the ball tipped out of the air by a Cardinal Mooney defender against Shawnee.
Against Shawnee. That's right.
And it was also that same game, jumping off sides, cost him 5 yards.
And also one of the things we remember quite like it was yesterday is the one penalty that was called against Shawnee, and it was nowhere near where the football was.
Yeah, it was out where your car was parked. I think they called holding on that old lady out there trying to help her husband into the car. It was holding.
And she was holding it.
3:57 left to go in the first half.
Cade Rice handing it off to Parsons. Found himself a little bit of running room, now cuts to the outside. Somebody, I'm trying to catch the number, wrapped around his waist. And that looks like it was number 54, Asim Mohammed.
Let's check it out. Coming across. There he gets squared away, squares his shoulders and comes down. You're exactly right. Asim Mohammed, and he was our athlete of the week.
Yes.
Student athlete.
All right.
2 games ago, right?
Yes, it was. Second down to pick up about 9.5 actually. Second down and about a half a yard to go.
Interesting when Cade looks over there to the sideline, he doesn't look at his head coach. He looks at the assistant coach that's way downfield.
Oh, what a hole. Cameron Cox is at it again. He broke a tackle, actually broke 2. He's on his way down to the 5. Touchdown. Adams could not catch up with him. And Cameron Cox is in to score. And
55-yarder, huh?
55-yarder. And it is a 50-6 ball game right now. 2:58 remaining in this first half of action. Here at homecoming at Halloween Field. And you are right, Gary. I've just been looking over at the far side of the field. Greenon does travel pretty well.
Yeah, it's a big crowd there. They got their truck over there with their band. We'll get to hear them at halftime. Catholic Central has never had a band, so it's nice to have some halftime entertainment here from Greenon as that kick is up and good.
In the street.
51-6 here in the first half.
With 2:58 remaining in this first half of action. And already we find ourselves with 3 more ball games. We'll be for the battle of Champaign County next week with Urbana and Graham. That one being played at Graham. And then a team, there you see it up on the screen. But then our next to last game, there's a team that has just totally amazed me, Northwestern, as they're going to be playing Canton Ridge. and that could be big in the league play.
They almost defeated Shawnee 2 weeks ago and just had some bad luck, and Shawnee pulled that one out. And then the final game.
Yeah, that's
huge
kind of
one.
our special, and
That's on my birthday there. I think that's why you put it there, isn't it?
that is your birthday.
Yeah, that's why you put it there. Thank you
Really?
so much. Sir. I knew you would pick that for me.
Do you like a cane?
Yeah, a cane. yeah. Or how about a drone just to carry you around?
Yeah.
That's going to be a great game. We're talking about Fairmont.
Fairmont at Springfield. Boy, they'll pack that place there. Fairmont, the last time I can remember when they were in town, Gary was on the sidelines doing the sideline reporting and ended up doing a referee yeoman job and was on ESPN, I think.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That was right here in Springfield.
Yeah, it was. Right over there
And,
down
they,
the
and
stadium.
I think they originally called that, help me out, Trader Priest. They said that he was the one that caused the personal foul, and he wasn't anywhere near the play.
Ball cart.
Just fall on it.
Yeah, fall on it at about the 27-yard line. And that's where Catholic Central will put it in play as Colin Downing had a tough time finding the handle. Didn't even, well, he let it get too close to his body, bounced off his stomach, and he finally just fell on it. So 1st and 10. Ball is at they're going to say now the 26-yard line. And they'll have to get it out to about the 30. Well, now they say about the 37, so 27-yard line. As we've got 2:55 remaining here in this first half. And as he has done throughout the entire ball game, is Borton heading back out to the huddle. And in the series just before that, before the touchdown here, it looked to me like he had that first down, but was just inches short. Top of your screen, bottom of your screen, couple of receivers. Borton out into the flat. He's got his receiver and just cannot go anywhere as Ashton Young was surrounded by 3 Knights of Greenon, but came up with the catch.
There's the
and picked
replay.
up
It comes
couple.
across, and he looks for Ashton on the outside. Now what they ought to try to do, look for that pass, have them try to have the defense bite on it, and have Ashton make a double move and go up the field for a long pass. Because he can do that. Because he needs to be in space to really be effective.
He does. Borton looking, got his man
Nice
over
catch.
the middle. That is an excellent catch. You talk about gang tackling. There aren't many Green and Knights standing up as Cameron Rowe came up with the catch. And again, another freshman.
And he's
for
the
this
smallest
football
guy on
team.
the field right there,
Yeah,
folks.
he is.
And he was about 6'8" when he caught that ball.
He went up to get it, didn't
Yeah, that was real nice play by the freshman. Watch, he goes way up there and gets it, brings it back. He knows he's going to get hammered. He doesn't care. He's the smallest guy on the field, folks, and really nice catch.
All right, it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 36-yard line.
1:45 left to go in the first half.
Got receivers all over the place. In the backfield by himself is Borton.
Central, he's open. Oh, he's open.
Football.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
And he's trying to make it to the sideline. He got the sideline. Good for him.
Stop the clock.
Takes it to the 40, goes out of bounds at about the 42 or 43. And I tell you what.
Watch this. He rolls to the right, stiff arms one player and another player, but right down below him was a wide open receiver, but he took it. By that time, he had to take it, went out of bounds, and stopped the clock.
And I like what happened. Benson Jr. from Greenon helped him up because he knows what kind of ball game he's playing tonight. And going 3 ways, kicking the football on the kickoffs. He's on defense. He's on offense, of course. And
he drove a float. He drove a float here.
And when he gets a chance, he runs over to the concession stand and sells hot dogs. 4 receivers to the top of the screen. He's rolling, ducks in toward the middle. He's going to pick up some nice yards, and he's just hammered out of bounds.
People want a flag there, but nothing's doing.
I think there probably should have been.
But that flag happened before that play. I don't know why they didn't just blow it dead, because that play should have been. Let's watch the official.
I'm trying to figure if this was an illegal procedure, it should have been
Just
called
blown dead right away.
But they are talking about it. They keep looking over toward
Here
the
he
Green
is.
and bench.
Here is Larry. See if he can give us an illegal procedure. Should have been blown dead right there, just for safety.
Oh, and then we got
offsetting penalties.
offset.
That's why.
Because he was hammered over there out of bounds. So the ball is going to be placed down 1st and 10, and it's going to be at the 40, about the 43-yard line, 1st and 10, back to the line of scrimmage. You know, to be honest, he's been doing a yeoman's job, but you take a look at Micah Ichi, and he's a little bit worse for wear. And I don't know if it's the flu bug or what. I thought it was like
allergies. Well, and we know what that's like.
Oh, golly.
You know, it's your sinus, your chest. You feel terrible.
It never goes away.
And it's just the fall and the things changing. So I'm with him. And then when you're trying to play a sport,
oh boy, yeah.
It always happens, spring and the fall.
And that's funny. You know, when back 19 years ago when I started doing this with Gary, the football, we talk about sports, we talk about everything. Now we talk about our health conditions.
It's like old people at Thanksgiving.
It is.
Imagine that. You were always making fun of your grandparents, and then now you are one.
You are a grandparent, yeah.
It's like Randall in the truck. You know, it's the same story there. Aches and pains and complaints.
But it doesn't do any good to complain. You know what I mean? I'm not listening. All right, the ball. What was this penalty? I happen to miss it. As Mike McKenna.
There he comes over. Mike McKenna's coming over the sideline. And play will resume here as they get this sorted out.
1:22 remaining. That's it, Gare.
As they get this sorted out. 51-6. And we are at Halloween Field in Springfield, Ohio.
And now the whistle goes again.
Oh, delay of
game. So that was a personal foul.
And I imagine there was some words or something going on because it wasn't.
Yeah, that's going to bring it back 5 yards now.
So
everybody's just kind of milling around out here.
And it's just it's kind of like that play. It's called Waiting for Godot, and Godot never shows up. Don't let anybody tell you to go see that play.
Now
what are we doing?
Mike McKenna's still out there, and here comes the play. Borden with it and racing across there, and just dropping him was Blake Potter, who came into the ball game as the leading tackler for this team with 56. And, you know, I like saying this because the Greenan kids know what Borden is going through, and they're helping him up, patting him on the helmet. And it's
that's what makes it kind of unusual, the personal fouls. I'm wondering what's being said or being done.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of ironic that they're helping him up or, you know, having that sport. You know, something must be going on either on the bench or something.
Might be.
You just don't know.
2nd down, 20.
Rushes on.
Going downfield.
He's got him.
He's got him. Ichi's got it. Nice play.
Down to the 15-yard line. Or the 14, actually.
Yeah, just inside the 15-yard line.
Look at that. Watch this.
Look
just
at this
launch
arm.
it. He launches this. Ichi goes up and catches it. And that's a big play for Ichi, who's not feeling well. We were just talking about him.
But that's
and
the
now
kind of play.
Let's see if they can get it in 30 seconds. Get it in the end zone. Now this is where you look for your Ashton Young. In the slot. There he is. He's looking for him. You got to get rid of it.
Now he throws it, and this one is going to be
touchdown!
Holy moly!
He's going right out of his hand.
Ichi just stood there and said, "No, it's mine."
What a gutsy play!
Like a couple of kids playing in the backyard. That's mine. Give it to me. And that's what he did.
And that's called. We watch it again. It's gonna. I'll say one thing. You got mossed. Micah Ichi. You just mossed him. That's funny.
That is
15-yard reception. How nice is that? What guts?
Yeah, throw it to him again.
18 seconds left to go.
He's going to go straight up the middle with it, and is he going to get in?
Yeah, he is in. He got it.
2-point conversion is good. 14 points on the board in this first half for Catholic Central.
Now listen to this crowd giving them a cheer here, folks.
And they should. Nice job.
51-14. Watch this play. And here it is. That set it up the touchdown. All the way down to the 15, probably the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
Very next play, quarterback rolls out, pops it up, and son, you just got mossed. And he's pounding the ground going, I had it. And hey,
now I want to
I'll
watch
tell you
his
what.
1 foot. Watch the 1 foot, though.
Yep,
Okay,
it's
he's
in.
down. He's
It's
got
in.
it.
Now watch the defender trying to get his number there.
And his foot did go out of bounds, but it never touched.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get the number. I couldn't see the defender's number on
It's
that.
number 84, and he's not on the roster. Unless you've got one that I don't have. Oh, we'd like to mention his name.
I just wanted to tell him I've been there before.
Yeah.
So when I said you got mossed, I was mossed many times before. So don't feel bad. You're in the right position. It's just a jump ball, and you got a basketball player that's going to outman you. And
Ichi was good, though. He just said, no, it's mine.
yeah, I was always the lucky one with the 6'5" receivers, and I was 6'1". So you do the math on that one.
I used to
And
always
I
have
could probably,
pass interference.
I could probably jump about as high as a shoebox. But I was fast.
That's pretty good for you, I've seen.
Now that's really good for Catholic Central. And
yeah.
homecoming is like, you know what? Hey, we're in this to play football, and we're doing the best we can. We're playing both ways. And you know what? We're working as a team.
You know what? They're going to have to receive the award for just
when we talk about players to watch and when you have those keys to the game, how about the whole team?
Yes, and they've done it too.
Shut this down. Don't let a score happen here.
There he goes. Going on that far sideline. Finally steps out of bounds.
Nice tackle.
Full head of steam for Luke Downing.
Real nice play on the outside. Was that again Ashton Young over there?
I think it was.
Yeah, Ashton Young getting down low just kind of to force him out of bounds.
We're talking about Borton, but Ashton Young has been all over the field. Offense, defense.
Now, the second half, they're going to be looking for Ichi.
Yes.
And that's going to open up Young, Ashton.
Well, I just want to see him get into space because that's going to be like he's going to be shot out of a cannon. Wham.
We have 12 seconds left to go in the first half.
So Cade Rice looked over to the sidelines. Now he looks over toward us in the press box. Out into the flat. Nice catch right there, but
just dropped by Patrick Cavanaugh.
Cavanaugh dumped him right away. Coming up with that reception was Bass Moore.
And he gets, that's it, Lee. That's it. First half.
That is it. The first half is in the books. 51-14 in favor of Greenon. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at the first half scattering score. And we'll be throwing for dough as well at halftime from Halloween Field as Catholic Central is hosting the Greenon Knights on local TV for me, Sports Network.